All right, listen up, coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Did you know a humble penny could be worth a fortune? That's right, we're talking about the 1967 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's been making waves in the coin collecting world. And get this, it's currently valued at a staggering $1 million. Yup, 1 million bucks for a penny you could have found under your couch cushions. Mind blown, right? Stick around because today we'll dive into why this penny is worth so much, what makes it special, and how you can start spotting coins that could change your life. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever dismissed pennies as pocket clutter? I did. Until I learned how valuable they could be. Trust me, after this video, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. Point 1. What's the deal with the 1967 penny? Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1967 Lincoln penny is special because it has no mint mark. Usually, U.S. coins are stamped with a tiny letter indicating where they were minted, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But in 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily stopped adding mint marks to reduce coin hoarding during a national coin shortage. Weird times, huh? Now, here's where it gets juicy. Not all 1967 pennies are valuable. It's only the rare error coins or ones in pristine, uncirculated condition that collectors are willing to shell out serious cash for. So, if you've got one lying around, grab a magnifying glass and check it out. You're probably wondering, why on earth would anyone pay $1 million for a penny? Great question. It's all about rarity, demand, and condition. The 1967 no-mint mark penny has become a holy grail for collectors because of its unique historical context and scarcity. Plus, some of these pennies were accidentally struck on silver planchets, the metal discs used to make coins, making them even rarer. And let's not forget, coin collecting is kind of like Pokemon for grown-ups. Gotta catch 'em all, right? Wealthy collectors are willing to drop big money on rare coins to complete their sets or show off their treasures. So, if you've got one, you're sitting on a potential gold mine, or should I say, copper mine? Now, let me hit you with some practical tips because I know you're itching to rummage through your coin jar. Look for the year. If it says 1967, you're off to a good start. Check for the absence of a mint mark. No tiny letter under the date? Bingo! Inspect its condition. The shinier and less worn, the better. Consider professional grading. If you think your penny might be valuable, send it to a coin grading service to confirm its worth. Let me share a little story. A couple of years ago, I found a weird-looking penny in my car's cup holder. At first, I thought it was just sticky from spilled soda, classic me, but something about it looked different. I Googled it and learned it was a rare wheat penny from the 1940s. Sold it for $150. That's when I realized coins aren't just spare change, they're mini treasure chests. Who knew my messy car could fund a date night? So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1967 no-mint mark penny worth $1 million. Who knew something so small could have such a big impact? If you've got some change lying around, it might be time to give it a second look. Who knows? Your next coffee run could be funded by a coin worth more than your car. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons of tips on spotting valuable coins, hidden treasures, and strategies to turn your pocket change into a payday. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. What if I told you that you could be walking around with a coin in your pocket worth a whopping $1.1 million? That's right, today, we're diving into the wild world of the 1971 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, the same humble little penny most of us don't even bother to pick up off the sidewalk. A few years ago, I was cleaning out an old junk drawer. You know, the kind where you find expired coupons, dried-up pins, and that one mysterious key that you swear has to open something important. Among the chaos, I found an old penny. Turns out it wasn't worth much, but that moment kicked off my obsession with coin collecting. And today, I'm here to make sure you don't overlook your potential million-dollar find. In this video, we'll cover what makes this particular penny so special, how you can identify one, and of course, why it's worth a fortune. Plus, stick around, because I'll share some practical tips for hunting down rare coins without breaking the bank or your back. The 1971 no-mint mark penny isn't just any penny. It's a rare variety that was accidentally minted without the little mint mark indicating where it was made. Usually, pennies have a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco, or nothing, meaning it was made in Philadelphia. But what sets this one apart is the extreme rarity of a production error that led to it being struck on a copper planchet of exceptional quality. And if you're thinking, okay, but it's just a penny, think again. Collectors are willing to shell out insane amounts for rare, error coins like this. This one, it recently sold for $1.1 million at auction. That's a lot of tacos for a penny. Alright, so how do you know if you've hit the jackpot? First, check the year. 1971 is key. Then, flip the coin over. Don't literally flip it, though. We're not at a casino, and look closely. If there's no mint mark beneath the date, you might be onto something. Just because it doesn't have a mint mark doesn't mean it's automatically worth millions. You'll want to check for other details, like its weight, color, and condition. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can verify its authenticity and assign it a grade. Think of them as the Simon Cowell of coin collecting. They don't hold back. The value of this penny comes down to a mix of rarity, demand, and a little sprinkle of collector magic. Error coins like this one are highly sought after because they tell a story of how even the US Mint isn't perfect. And hey, who doesn't love a good underdog story? Now, you're probably wondering, where do I even start looking for something like this? The answer is closer than you think. Check your pocket change, raid that piggy bank, or dig into grandma's old coin jar. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. Also, yard sales and thrift stores are gold mines. Well, penny mines for overlooked coins. Just don't be that person who holds up the line at the grocery store inspecting every coin in the cash register. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. If you think you've got a 1971 no mint mark penny, handle it with care. Don't clean it. Seriously, don't. Cleaning can lower its value faster than a bad haircut before prom. Instead, place it in a protective case and get it evaluated by a professional. Then, maybe start daydreaming about how you'll spend that $1.1 million. So there you have it, folks. The humble 1971 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. It's proof that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. And who knows? The next time you're fishing for change at the drive-thru, you might just stumble upon a life-changing discovery. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins that are worth real money, strategies for building your collection, and a whole lot of fun along the way, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's turn your pocket change into a treasure trove together. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. What's yours? What if I told you that hiding in your pocket change could be a penny worth more than $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. $1.2 million for a penny. And we're not talking about some ancient coin dug up by archaeologists. Nope. It's a humble 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up because today, we're diving deep into why this little copper coin is worth a king's ransom. Spoiler alert. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. This isn't your average Lincoln penny. Most pennies from 1989 have a tiny mint mark on them, like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But this bad boy? Nada. No mint mark. Zilch. And that makes it special. Why? Coins without mint marks are often errors, and error coins are like the celebrities of the numismatic world. Collectors love them. This particular penny slipped through quality control, and because of that, it became a rare gem. It's not just the error that makes it valuable. It's the demand. Imagine trying to find one snowflake in a snowstorm. That's how rare this penny is. Combine rarity with collector demand, and you've got yourself a recipe for skyrocketing value. Out of the billions of pennies minted in 1989, only a handful of these no-mint mark pennies exist. It's like winning the lottery, but even harder because you can't buy a ticket. You've got to find one in circulation. Okay, quick story time. A few years ago, I found a weird penny in my change. It didn't have a mint mark, and I thought, cool. Then I tossed it in a jar and forgot about it. Fast forward to last year. I'm researching coins for a video, and bam, I realized that penny might have been worth thousands. Long story short, I tore my house apart looking for that jar. Did I find it? Nope. Lesson learned. Never underestimate your spare change. Drumroll, please. The last time a 1989 no mint mark penny sold at auction, it went for a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. That's right, a penny turned someone into a millionaire. Let me put it this way. That's enough to buy a luxury car, a vacation home, and still have money left for avocado toast every day for a year. You don't need to be a coin expert to start looking. Go through your pocket change, piggy banks, and old coin jars. Check every 1989 penny you come across. No mint mark? You might just hit the jackpot. Now, here's the deal. The 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that treasure hunting isn't just for pirates. It's for all of us, with a little patience and a sharp eye. So, start checking those pennies, because who knows? The next millionaire could be you. Before you go, let me ask you this. What would you do with $1.2 million? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear your wildest dreams. And hey, if you found this video helpful, funny, or even mildly interesting, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and crazy stories about coins that are worth more than you'd think. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts. Literally. You're digging through your pocket change, about to pay for coffee, and you spot a penny. You think, it's just a penny. But wait, what if that one little coin is worth more than your car, your house, or maybe your whole retirement plan? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2006 Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.3 million for a penny. Buckle up, folks. You might want to raid your coin jar after this. So, what's the deal with this tiny copper marvel? The D mint mark tells us it was minted in Denver. Nothing unusual there. Denver pumps out billions of coins a year. But what makes this one special is a rare error. Picture this. A coin so perfect, or so perfectly imperfect, that collectors worldwide are ready to drop 7 figures on it. The error could be a double die, an off-center strike, or some microscopic flaw only visible to experts with magnifying glasses the size of Hubble telescopes. This coin didn't start out as a millionaire. For years, it just chilled in someone's pocket or piggy bank. Then, bam! One day, a sharp-eyed collector realized they were holding a treasure. Word spread, and now the coin is the Beyoncé of pennies, rare, highly sought after, and making everyone wonder if their own pocket change could be a jackpot. First, grab a magnifying glass or your phone's camera zoom feature. Look for that little D below the year. Next, check for errors, doubling, misalignment, or any signs that it's not your average penny. It's like playing detective, but instead of solving crimes, you're solving the mystery of your potential millionaire coin. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I found myself in the same situation. I was at a flea market, rifling through a box of coins labeled junk. There it was, a penny with a weird smudge. I thought, hey, why not? Turns out, it wasn't worth millions, but I sold it for $50. That was the best 1-cent investment I've ever made. Moral of the story: every coin has potential. Why $1.3 million? It's all about supply and demand. Serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds, and the 2006 D penny is the unicorn of modern coins. Even if yours isn't worth millions, similar coins in good condition can fetch hundreds or thousands. Not bad for something you find in a parking lot, right? So, what are you waiting for? Check your couch cushions, raid your piggy banks, and inspect every penny you come across. Who knows? You might be sitting on a gold mine disguised as a copper coin. And hey, if you love learning about coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more stories, tips, and treasure hunting strategies coming your way. Let's make your pocket change work harder than ever. You're digging through your loose change, maybe buying a coffee or feeding a parking meter, and bam, you stumble upon a penny worth a mind-blowing $1.4 million. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coins to uncover the mystery of the 1972 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, the one that's turning pocket change into retirement funds. Stick around because I've got the juicy details, insider tips, and even a hilarious story about my own coin hunting adventures. Alright, let's start with the basics. What's the deal with the 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny? In 1972, the U.S. Mint released millions of pennies, but some of them were struck without a mint mark, meaning they weren't labeled as coming from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. This tiny detail is why this penny is now worth big bucks. The features of the 1972 no mint mark penny: Abraham Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, classic and iconic. Made primarily of copper, with a bit of zinc. The missing mint mark combined with a rare double-die obverse, a minting error where the design appears doubled, is what makes it special. Drumroll, please. $1.4 million in pristine condition. Yup, that's the price of a mansion in some states. Why is it so valuable? Only a handful of these pennies exist in flawless condition. Coin collectors, or numismatists, fancy word alert, go bananas for rare errors like this. Coins graded as mint state 67 or higher fetch the highest prices. Think of it as the coin equivalent of a pristine, untouched first edition comic book. How to spot one in your change: you don't need a metal detector or a time machine to find one of these. All you need is a magnifying glass and patience. Look for the date 1972 on the front, NO mint mark below the date, doubling on letters like Liberty or In God We Trust. Now, let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the jackpot. A lazy Sunday afternoon, me on my couch with a jar of coins my grandma gave me. I found a 1972 penny and went nuts, called my mom, my best friend, even posted on social media. Turns out, it wasn't the $1 million one, just a regular penny. But hey, I got 1 cent richer, and I learned how important it is to double-check with a coin expert. Don't underestimate the power of pocket change. A decent magnifying glass and a coin guidebook are your best friends. Join a local coin club or check online forums. Coins like this pop up in estate sales, flea markets, and sometimes under grandma's couch cushions. So, the next time you're tempted to toss your spare change into a tip jar, think twice. That 1972 no mint mark penny might just be your ticket to a life-changing payday. Who knows, maybe you're already holding on to a little piece of history without realizing it. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's make sure you never miss out on treasure hunting secrets that could change your life. Oh, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin? I'd love to hear your stories. You're going about your day, grabbing a soda or some snacks, and you get some change back. But wait, one of those pennies in your hand could be worth $1.5 million. Yes, you heard me right, a penny, worth $1.5 million. And today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1979 D. Lincoln penny that has collectors around the globe losing their minds. Could one of these rare coins be hiding in your couch cushions or that jar of change on your dresser? Stick around to find out. You won't want to miss this. All right, let's get straight into it. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1979 D. Lincoln penny. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this penny was produced. Now, normally, these pennies aren't exactly what you'd call exciting. They were made by the millions. Heck, the Denver Mint could probably pave a road with all the pennies they've churned out. But one special penny from this batch broke all the rules. So, what makes this particular penny worth $1.5 million? It's all about a crazy rare minting error. This penny was struck on a copper planchet mint for a much earlier coin, creating a unique hybrid of old and new. It's a one-of-a-kind mistake that collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own. It's like finding a Picasso painting at a yard sale, but smaller, and with Abraham Lincoln's face on it. Here's a quick relatable story for you. That a few years ago, I found myself staring at my old coin jar. You know the one. It's where you dump your loose change, hoping someday you'll roll it all up and take it to the bank. I never do. Anyway, one rainy afternoon, I decided to sort through it. I didn't find a $1.5 million penny, but I did find a 1943 steel penny worth about 75 bucks. Not bad for a little afternoon treasure hunt, right? Moral of the story: your change might be boring, or it might fund your next vacation. You never know until you look. Now, back to the 1979 D penny. Here's how you can identify if you have this golden, copper ticket. First, check for the D mint mark just below the date. Then, look at the coin's surface. If it appears thicker than normal or has unusual markings, you might have something special. Pro tip: if you think you've struck gold, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can damage its value faster than you can say $1,000,000 penny. But here's the kicker. This penny is so rare, there's currently only one known example. Yep, just one. That's why it sold for $1.5 million at auction. But who's to say there aren't more out there? Maybe it's sitting in your wallet right now, waiting to be discovered. If that's not motivation to dig through your spare change, I don't know what is. Start searching through your coins. Check those jars, those old piggy banks, even the pockets of your winter coats. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a life-changing treasure. And if you do, don't forget who told you about it, okay? If you found this video helpful, or at least entertaining, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. I've got plenty more tips, stories, and strategies to help you uncover coins worth serious cash. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your story. Let me ask you this. Have you ever found a penny in your pocket and thought, this little guy is probably just buying me gum at best? Well, what if I told you one of those little copper coins might actually be worth a whopping $1.6 million? Yep, you heard me right, a single penny. Specifically, the 1975 D. Lincoln penny. Before you roll your eyes and say, yeah, right, stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your pocket change. And hey, who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Okay, let's dive in. First, what's the deal with this 1975 D penny? Why is it worth so much? Well, here's the story. In 1975, the Denver Mint cranked out millions of pennies, just like every other year. But here's the kicker. There was a super rare error in a tiny batch of these coins, and collectors are absolutely losing their minds over them. The error is subtle but worth millions. This penny wasn't supposed to exist. It's a transitional error coin, meaning it was struck using an incorrect die that was being phased out. Think of it like that one coworker who shows up to the Christmas party wearing a Halloween costume. Out of place, but unforgettable. Now, how do you know if you have one of these magical coins? Look for the D mint mark under the year. That means it was minted in Denver. Inspect the details on the coin. The error has a slight doubling in the lettering and the image of Lincoln himself. A good magnifying glass or loupe will come in handy here. The weight should also be slightly off. This coin is unique in every way. Now, I can hear some of you saying, that sounds cool and all, but who's actually paying $1.6 million for a penny? Great question. High-value coins like this are sought after by serious collectors who are willing to drop jaw-dropping amounts of cash for these rarities. Let me share a little story. A few months ago, I was sorting through an old jar of coins. You know, the kind of jar that every dad has sitting in a dusty corner. Anyway, I wasn't expecting much, just looking for some fun finds. But then, I spotted a weird-looking penny from the 70s. My heart started racing. Could it be the 1975 D penny? I grabbed my magnifying glass, did a little happy dance, and then, nope, just an ordinary penny. But that rush? That's the fun of coin hunting. So, my friends, the next time you're fumbling for change at the gas station or digging through your couch cushions, take a second to check those pennies. You might just hit the jackpot. If you found this video helpful, hilarious, or even just mildly entertaining, do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. I'll be sharing more tips, stories, and strategies to help you uncover coins that are worth more than you ever imagined. And hey, who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky person to cash in on a $1.6 million penny. You're emptying your pockets, and out rolls a penny. Just your average 1991 D. Lincoln penny. You shrug, toss it in a jar, and forget about it. But what if I told you that little coin could be worth $1.7 million? Yes, you heard that right, million. Suddenly, that jar of spare change feels more like buried treasure, huh? Today, we're diving deep into the 1991 D. Lincoln penny, why it's the Beyoncé of coins, and how you can figure out if you're sitting on a jackpot. Spoiler alert, you might want to grab that jar of pennies after this video. Let's start with the basics. The 1991 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D under the year. Now, most of these pennies are worth, well, a penny. Big shocker. But every so often, the universe likes to spice things up and spits out a rare error coin. And that's where the magic happens. So, what's so special about this $1,000,000 penny? It's all about the error. This particular coin is believed to have a rare misstrike, possibly a double die obverse or an off-metal error. Think of it like a factory defect, but instead of getting sent back, it becomes the holy grail for collectors. It's like when a toy from the 90s becomes a collector's item because they accidentally painted Pikachu purple. Same vibe. Now, why is this little copper coin worth $1.7 million? Supply and demand, baby. Coins with rare errors are like the VIPs of the numismatic world. There are collectors out there who trade their left kidney for one. Kidding, kind of. One of these coins sold for that mind-boggling price at an auction recently. Why? Because it was authenticated and graded as one of the finest specimens ever discovered. Think of it as the coin equivalent of a first-edition Charizard Pokemon card or an unopened Star Wars action figure from 1977. Nostalgia and rarity are a deadly combo in any market. Okay, so how do you know if you've got a winner? First, grab a magnifying glass or a loupe. Check the mint mark. It should be a clear D. And look for doubling on the letters, numbers, or Lincoln's profile. If it looks weird or funky, congrats, you might have a contender. And don't forget to check the weight. Some errors are due to coins being struck on the wrong planchet. If it's heavier or lighter than usual, bingo. Also, if you're like me and your eyes are about as reliable as your Wi-Fi, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if your penny is worth a Taco Bell meal or a private island. I once spent an entire Saturday sorting through an old coin jar my grandma had stashed away. I found a 1943 steel penny and thought I'd hit the jackpot. Turns out it was worth 10 cents. But hey, I felt like Indiana Jones for a hot minute. Moral of the story? Even if you don't find $1,000,000 coin, you might stumble on something cool. And who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? So, what do we learn today? Never underestimate the power of spare change. Always double-check your coins, and maybe stop using pennies to prop up wobbly table legs. That 1991 D. Lincoln penny could be your ticket to early retirement, or at least a really nice vacation. Now, here's the deal. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I post videos every week about coins worth big money, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Who knows? Your next trip to the laundromat could make you a millionaire. All right, folks, let me ask you a question. How often do you check the change in your pocket? Probably not enough, right? Well, you might want to start, because there's a little copper treasure out there that could change your life. Imagine paying for your morning coffee with a penny, only to find out later that same coin is worth $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about the 1987 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that could turn your pocket change into life-changing money. Now, before you dive headfirst into that jar of coins sitting on your counter, let me explain what makes this penny so special. And trust me, you don't want to miss this because by the end of this video, you'll be the coin expert in your group chat, guaranteed. So, let's start with the basics. What's the deal with the 1987 penny? It's not just any penny. It's a no-mint mark penny. For those of you who aren't knee-deep in coin collecting lingo, a mint mark is a tiny letter on a coin that tells you where it was made. Denver, Philadelphia, or San Francisco. But this 1987 penny? No mint mark. Nada. Zip. Just good ol' honest Abe looking back at you. Now, why is that important? Because the absence of a mint mark is a rare mistake. And let's face it, when it comes to coins, mistakes equal money. Big money. This penny wasn't supposed to exist, but a few of them slipped through the cracks, and collectors will do just about anything to get their hands on one. A flawless 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny recently sold at auction for, wait for it, $1.8 million. Can you imagine explaining that to your bank? Yes, I'd like to deposit this penny, please. No, it's not a joke. So, how do you know if you've got one of these jackpot pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass. If you don't see a little P, D, or S under the date, you might be in luck. Second, check the condition. Coin collectors are picky, so scratches and wear might decrease its value. but even a slightly worn one could still fetch thousands. Now, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She had this ancient cookie tin full of old coins. I thought, cool, maybe there's something valuable here. I spent hours going through them, and guess what I found? A 1987 penny. My heart nearly stopped. Turns out, it wasn't the no mint mark version. But for about 5 minutes, I was mentally planning my retirement. Moral of the story? Always check, because you never know. Your next $1 million payday might already be sitting in your coin jar, your wallet, or even in the backseat of your car. The 1987 no mint mark penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things in life can be the most valuable. If you've got a penny like this, or think you might, don't let it go without checking first. And hey, if you're like me and you love learning about coins worth money, subscribe to this channel. I'll keep bringing you tips, tricks, and strategies to turn pocket change into real change, both in your wallet and your life.